Residents of Margate in KwaZulu-Natal are counting the cost of the deadly floods that claimed 5 lives. Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs spokesperson Siboniso Mngadi says the heavy rains across the province have caused extensive damage to road infrastructure and property. For more, we cross to SABC News reporter Mlondi Radebe. Good afternoon, Mlondi. You've been tracking the story for us for the past day or so. What's the latest on your side?
Thank you very much, Nastasia. We are still here in Margate. The residents are basically trying to mop up the area. You remember that on Sunday night there was a big rain that disrupted the area, and also yesterday there was also another rain that made things worse in some part of Margate. But next to me is Brendan, the owner of a restaurant and bar at the Groove. Is going to tell us about what happened yesterday. Brendan, thank you very much for your time. Briefly about this disruptive rain that has been falling in Margate. How did it affect your business?
So on Sunday nights, obviously the rain came down. We had torrential downpour, and basically we have an issue here with Hunter's Stream. So due to the infrastructure and lack of maintenance, unfortunately, on our stormwater drains as well as the infrastructure from our municipality, the drainage collapsed and it caused Hunter's Stream, which runs from the top of the main road all the way down to the beachfront, to cause all the damage you're seeing here today. Luckily, we were on site, so we were able to keep the water from coming into the restaurant. But as you can see behind me, the damage has caused massive issues to our infrastructure as well as to our foundation and the overall support of our entrance area to the restaurants, and that's caused us to have to close business and try and repair, come together as a community, clean up, and hopefully the municipality can also come on board and do their part. Last night we obviously had rain again, so didn't make it any better. It just made the deterioration of what we've already gone through worse, and they say there's more rain tonight, so we're all holding fingers and hoping for the very best here.
You're saying that you managed to prevent water from getting inside. How did you do that?
So there's a white board behind me. I held on to that board for almost an hour, and I had 2 of my staff members with brooms, and we just did everything in our power to keep water away from the restaurant. And while doing that, we lost our rail in the front, our ramp for the disabled, and we lost a supporting pillar that was on the corner of the building as well, and all of that collapsed into the washaway. And then it started eating underneath the veranda, and at that point in time we felt we were safe enough. The water levels had dropped slightly and we were able to all get out safely.
We understand that there's been COVID-19 that also affected the business and the unrest in some parts of KwaZulu-Natal. But every time the business is recovering, another disaster happened. Also here in Margate, last year there were floods. How are you managing to recover?
I must say, here in Margate, we have a community like no other community. So we've got tidy towns, we've got our CPF, and we've just got good business people who get involved in support. When we had the unrest and the looting from Durban all the way down through our area, we didn't have too many issues. Community came together and we really stood and kept all the forces at bay. When we had COVID over here, we ran our restaurant every day. We made bread because we were unable to get supplies into the stores. We serviced the holiday makers that were stuck here. And, you know, we've lent on the community and the community has lent on us, but we all come together to make a difference for Margate. And we've done that at the Grove as well to the best of our ability every time we've had a disaster.
What can be done, basically, what can the municipality do to try and prevent these kinds of flooding in this area?
Work with the community. The community has been complaining about the Hunter's Stream for a very long time. The infrastructure and how the stream has been built is unfortunately not in a way that will withstand such heavy downpour of rain. So I think, you know, if the correct people are brought in, engineers as well as the community members who have seen this year in and year out over the years, I think if it's done right and done properly from the get-go, moving forward, this shouldn't be an issue for us again.
So you're talking about the engineers, and we know that there are basically the stormwater drainage system that has been blocked in some parts, because other residents, they've been telling us that the system is blocked. So that is why the water is basically running over the streets
Yeah.
and removing the pathways also. So as the community, because when we see at the beachfront, we manage to speak to tidy towns.
Yes.
They're telling us that even the trucks that they are using are donation from the business. What can the business also assist in relation to try and make sure that this water is diverted in a way that is going to the sea without affecting the businesses?
It all comes down to the infrastructure and the maintenance of infrastructure. You know, if there is enough people that come on board, and if we can have input as well from the municipal side of things, even as a community, we can try and help rectify these wrongs, but it would only work through a collaborative effort. Unfortunately, you know, we are fortunate as Margate and this lower south coast to have an organization like Tidy Towns, where, you know, people come together and through donations only, we're able to make a massive difference. So now it's time for these repairs to be done properly so we don't have to face these challenges again.
Thank you, Honourable, for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That was Bradley, the owner of the Groove restaurant here behind me. Nastasia, the residents in this area, they are busy. They are trying to make sure that they put everything back to normal.